Hi. I'm Howard Chen from Hong Kong, which is 2,000 kilometers away. When people usually ask me for what my profession is, usually my answer is I'm a social curator. So I think probably you haven't heard about this term, or actually you cannot find it in dictionary because I make that up. Okay. But first of all, what is a curator? It seems to be a very trendy, very mysterious, very grand term for all of you, for all of us. But imagine this morning when you, before you get out of go out of your home, you dress up. You pick different kind of clothes to dress you up because you want to create an impression of you before others. And this is what exactly an art curator do. And in that sense, you are the curator of yourself. An art curator, usually, they mix up different kind of artifacts or artwork to create some kind of meaning. A meaning that is significant to the art history, or in some cases, some agenda in art practice. Okay. So they work with artifacts. So what does a social curator do? What kind of materials we are dealing with, and what kind of meaning we are trying to create? This is going to be the area that I'm going to talk about today. But first of all, a little bit about myself. I'm part of a collective, a research and curatorial collective based in Hong Kong called Community Museum Project. Although we have the term museum in our title, we are not running a museum. We are not running any hardware. Actually, we use museum as a method. I think most of you have been in museum. You know what museum basically do. They acquired artifacts or objects, and they categorize it, and they display them for the public, usually for the purpose of education. So we shared some of the interest of a museum in collecting. Okay. But we are more interested in so-called indigenous creativity or social innovation. And our aim is not just to create an exhibition, but through the exhibition, to encourage articulation and participation of the public. So why do we form this organization? Actually, this is a kind of a loose collective of 4 friends. We are not exactly an organization, so there's no CEO among us. Okay. So all of us actually come from art and design background. But we always feel that not only artists and designers are creative. There are a lot of unsung heroes in our society. So that's why we are interested in working with them to show their talents in a systematic way. So this is why we formed this group back in 2002, which is 8 years ago. So to show you some example of what we mean by social innovation or by indigenous creativity, this is one example. I don't even need to explain it to you because it's pretty visual. Okay. So this is what we call an ad hoc creativity. That means it's only a one-off. But we slowly, actually, we move on to our focus to system innovation. This is actually taken in E-Markt in Anyang. At the exit, you can see the paper boxes. Actually, these are some discarded items from the supermarket, but they let people use it for, just in case people forgot their shopping bags. So they can still have something to bring it back home. And this becomes part of the operation of the supermarket. That's why we call it system innovation. Okay. So today I'm going to illustrate the idea behind social curating by some of our projects. One of these is actually a recent project that finished only 1 month ago in Anyang, part of Anyang Public Arts Project. Have anyone been there? See the Anyang Public Art Project? Okay, maybe you have seen this work, Museum of Complaint, which is staged in the Anyang train station. Okay. So people told me that Koreans like to complain. I don't know whether it is true or not. But anyway, this is not, it doesn't matter. no matter it's Korean or Hong Kong citizens, we all complain. This is our own urban culture. This is part of our culture. And in this project, we try actually to collect complaints and visualize them to the public and government to have a more comprehensive understanding of this complaint and all the relations between them. But most of all, we want to see beyond the negative connotation of this complaint, to see the need and hope behind these grievances of the citizens. That's why, that's how this, where the idea of this project comes from. Okay. So first of all, the first step of visualizing. Visualizing is, I think, is a very important word in the next 18 minutes. Okay. So for the first step, we try to visualize the main street of the near the Anyang station. Anyang station, the area around Anyang station is taken as an area of study because it's the mix of old and new, grassroots and middle class, which is to us a kind of a general development pattern for most Korean cities. Okay. So we took this panorama. And then we use this panorama to engage the public to voice their opinion about different locations, so that the panorama, the visual image, become an anchor for this process. You can see we interviewed shop owners, merchant associations, and also pedestrians. So in a way, we are mapping the stakeholders of this area, people who are users of this area, to voice their opinion. And also, on the other hand, we also engaged some residents of Anyang City to work with us for a complaint tour. Okay. So instead of a normal cultural tour or sightseeing tour, actually they are the docent of APAP, Anyang Public Arts Project, will take the visitors to see the black spots of complaints in this area. So this is a totally reverse of what the usual tour means. Okay. So this is how we organize the data into a visual diagram of graphics so that people can easily understand them. Okay. So traffic management, that happened to be the most important complaint of the citizens, followed by hygiene and also redevelopment data. So these are all presented on Pyeongsan, which to us is the very important element in Korean public space. Yeah. So you can see that this is the exhibition space, actually a public space in Anyang Station. Okay. And during the exhibition, citizens can also put their additional stickers on the panorama. So the visual image actually continue working as an anchor for complaint. And this is the methodology is derived from our earlier project, which is about the wedding card street in Hong Kong. This wedding card street, at that time, when we did this project in 2005, is on the verge of being redeveloped, being torn down completely. What you see is an image that is gone. Okay. So this is only the image is left. This is a closer look at the buildings. So this is a typical old building in Hong Kong, for those of you who have not been there yet. Okay. So what we did is we tried to inventorize all the visual elements on the street, including the mailbox, including the doorbells, the gates, and also the signage on the street. And also we study into the ecology of the streets, like the history of the shops, according to also based on the visual elements of these shops. So this visual research to us is very important. It's the first step towards the social curating, as you will see later. Okay, and also we kind of record all the moving on the same street. The highest record is 6 times moving, still on the same street. Actually, the residents, the shop owners use this diagram to negotiate with the government to let them stay on the same street, because the flow, the source of customer is so stable, they don't want to move. So The image later become a kind of a map, a navigation map for the residents to talk about their life on the street. Okay. And also you can see at the back is used as an icon. So in a way we are giving a visual form to an issue. So another project I'm going to talk about is the upcycling project. So this title, carpet, banner, leather, these are actually some material we have already secured from different industries. So we, instead of the usual upcycling or recycle design practice that is usually one-off, we start with talking to the industries to get secured materials. Okay. So in this process, after we collect the materials, we have a designer workshop, and then we try to get it produced in the future, actually, by NGO social enterprise. And in the end, it will be launched into the market. So this is how we collect the waste, how we inventorize the waste, different kind of waste, from domestic to industry. And this is how we inventorize them. Because, for example, the frequency of getting this material is very important for the design and production process. And for the design workshop, you can see some of the examples. It's made from leather for jeans label. Okay, this is actually from the banner, the core of the banner, and this is another version of it with plants. Okay, so the next step will be talking to the NGOs for the production support. So this is actually a shopping bag made with a discarded umbrella. So they have their own system of collection. So we invited designers to work with them. So actually, these are two generations or two different sectors of creative people working together. So you can see this slippers actually made from carpet thrown out from trade exhibition. In Hong Kong, there are lots of trade exhibition every day. So in this, this is very important to us, talking to the industry, because they are the part of the social enterprise, the part of the partner of the social enterprise that we are going to form. So this social enterprise in our mind, actually it will be based on knowledge exchange and creativity, rather than mere surfacing, which has happened to most of the NGOs in Hong Kong. And secondly, it will unite the industries, the designers, and also the NGO and even craft people. So they are originally they belong to different sectors. They don't talk normally to each other. But now through this social enterprise, we want to unite them together. Okay. So in this process, we want to keep the production on a community level. We don't want mass production. Otherwise, it will mean Chinese factories. Okay. And also, we want, in the end, the share of credit and income among all different parties, especially among the designers and the NGOs. Because in the contemporary design productions, usually the craft people disappear from the shop, from the label, from a brand. Okay. So as a summary, we go back to the social curating. So first of all, we actually map the social resources or local knowledge. This actually, to us, they are everywhere in the city. No matter this public opinion, no matter it's the craft people's skills, no matter this is the waste material, these are all social resources. Only that under the current government system or education system, they are compartmentalized. They are separated from each other. So nobody in each sector knows actually what the other sectors are doing. So this is I think this is something bad about our society. So we, as the social curator, try to act as a mediator or facilitator, as a matchmaking, to do a matchmaking process, to create something that is new. So after we map them, we will do an inventarize like you do in the warehouse, to put them in system. And then usually we do an exhibition, because exhibition is good in telling people in a systematic way about your findings, about the database. And then through this exhibition become a platform for inviting different types of people to come to work together. This is how we work. And in the end, we want to create this new social relationship. For example, the relationship between the NGO, the craft people, and the designers. And also new form of engagement, like how the Anyang citizens react to their city. Okay. So in short, we are moving from a need-based community building to an asset-based community building. So for most NGO and government, they are looking at what people lack. So, but we try to look at what people have. It's like half a glass of water. Some people see it as half cup empty. We see it as half cup full. The only issue is that how we can make creatively use of that half cup of water to generate even more water. That's the essence of social curating. Thank you.